Okay, so last time I went over the A attack on array, the default A attack which we use when we're playing this map, and today I'm going to go over one of our B attacks. I'll go over our B tunnel attack. Today we have a couple of B attacks obviously, and this one involves two players going through the tunnel of this control room, two people creeping up this B hill, and one person's going to be holding back and covering our backs. So it starts off quite similar to our last A attack. The guys who are going to the tunnel hold back for grenades, as does our player here, who's also holding back. This is the player who throws the smoke and covers their backs. Then we have two players who are holding up the B hill who hold back. So one of the players who's holding B hill is going to come here to start, and he's just going to wait here. He's not going to go any further because some teams like to push down and nade around here, so he's not going to go that far. The second person who goes up the hill is going to get into either the corner or the snowmobile, lane right, and try and get a pick there, or he's going to come to here, so it's not too important. Then when the other guy is pushing up the B hill, this guy is going to move over there. I'll explain that in more detail later. Now, as usual, we have our guy looking to the middle. This is one of the guys who goes to the control room. So he holds there, kills anyone who tries to go to the mid. The other players going mid will probably go somewhere like here and kill off anyone who tries to rush down the hill. Then our smoke player just going to be somewhere like here, looking to that window, might be spamming through the door. Now, after they've stopped throwing their grenades down the hill, we feel this area is reasonably safe. We're going to start the smokes and get our guys into control. So the guy who was there, covering to the window, is going to get his smoke grenade and throw it. And as he throws it, these guys, two guys are ready to go straight across under the cover of smoke. And they're going to come into this room. Now, what they may want to do is one of them will be using a flashbang. The front guy will be using flashbangs. The other guy will be using smoke grenades. They may want to use one of their two smokes to flash over this wall, because we'll have no one covering this side of the mid. So it's not impossible that they could have snuck a guy up to this corner, and when they hear us coming through, he'll come around and try and kill us. So he may throw a flashbang over if he feels the enemy might try something like that. Anyway, they continue into this room. Just like the first DA attack, the second guy comes here and covers the first guy. The first guy is going to creep up to here, but instead of going upstairs, this time we go through the tunnel. When he gets to here, bunnies and tries to get the kill there. The second guy pushes through with him. They'll try to kill the guy there. Most teams will play a guy there or there. Then, when he gets to here, he's going to throw a second flash off there. As often teams play a guy standing up on this. Now, if nobody's been killed in the tunnel or in this room, they'll have good reason to believe that the guy is there. So they'll probably cook a grenade and bounce it off like so. Now, that's the two of those guys in this room. The first guy who was using flashbangs is going to crawl below this window so that he doesn't get picked off from anyone in that crane. And he's just going to lie down here covering that area. The second guy who had the smokes is going to stay around here. And he's just going to cover anyone who might be sneaking up from the spawn to B. If we request a smoke on B site, he will throw down one about there, because we won't need to cover it from anywhere else other than this entrance. So that's the job. If smoke is requested from the guy inside the tunnels, that's where he'll throw it from too. Okay. Now, as those guys are doing their attack, the guy who is covering mid, after he's thrown a smoke, like last time on A, he may decide to defend middle area from here. You could stand up here and just spam through there for a bit. Obviously he doesn't want to stay here for the whole round. He can defend from down at the forklift. Again, he can defend at the barrel, because you can look to anyone who's upstairs creeping downstairs to flank us, and you can also cover mid. Another area I like is lying down here, because you can cover anyone coming through mid, plus you can see them coming downstairs. And this dark corner isn't bad either. Now if he's gonna play in this corner, what he'll probably have to do is he'll have to probably throw a smoke to somewhere like there when he's moving into position. And this isn't actually a bad idea either, because it gives the impression that we might be attacking A as well. Of course, if he's doing this smoke, that means he couldn't do the first smoke, so... Well, we might not need that smoke every round. It really depends on how the enemies play. Some people don't play any guys in forward positions up on B side, so obviously it would be a lot more dangerous getting into this position without smoke, because if you're coming out of here to get to that position, you're exposed from places like there and there. So that's just something to take into consideration. If you are in this place, it's nice because you can see out there quite nicely. The only risk you have is people looking out that window down to the B hill. But our attack should be going fast enough. As soon as we execute our attack, they should be flying up the hill and into the control room. That shouldn't be a major worry. You don't have to worry about people flanking around that field, because the attack will be executed fast enough that they won't be able to do anything effectively. Now, as soon as the guy throws the smoke to here at the start to cover these guys who come across, this guy who was looking up to there is going to get into position here. Obviously we've checked that there's nobody in this area. Then he's going to line up here between the corner of the house and the barrel. He's going to aim a grenade here. He runs and throws it. That will kill anyone behind the bomb. People love to play in that position. It's difficult to kill. So that's what he's going to do. While the smoke has gone up, the guy who was over in this corner is going to take advantage, and he's going to creep up to here. He's going to stay along the right side as much as he can, because people playing in that room is very difficult to pick off, especially at far distances. So he's going to play as far to the right as he can. Then when he gets to about here, he's going to throw a smoke grenade about there to cover anyone who's in the spawn area from killing him as he moves into plant. It's important that these guys don't get too aggressive too fast. Ideally they want to be pushing up and throwing that smoke just about the time when these guys are pushing into this room. That way we don't have to worry about aiming into there. All we have to worry about is people on that side. So, assuming those guys are just pushed up there, this guy drops a smoke here. And he'll probably plant like this. If you plant out here, you can get spammed through the smoke from someone playing back in one of these positions over there. Now after that guy's thrown his grenade, he's going to follow this guy up the hill. But when he gets to here, he's going to stand up about here, try and look for a pick on the crane or at the corner of the house. And then when this guy plants, I may request as bomb planter a smoke on the door. So I'll request a smoke from the guy outside first, and if I wasn't happy with that or I need another smoke, I'll ask for one from the guy inside. As I said, planting here is the safest, because if I plant here I'm more exposed from someone over there. They have to come all the way to here to kill the bomb planter. So that would mean killing this guy perhaps from here. That gives plenty of time for the second guy in this room to take over his position while I'm still planting the bomb. This guy's main focus is on outside area unless anyone else has been killed inside. The guy who's covering our backs, if anyone outside, such as the bomb planter or this guy, gets taken down, his job is to take over that guy's role. Grenades themselves aren't hugely important from any guy other than killing the bomb planter, because it's how we place our smokes and the way we're pushing up the hill and inside the control room which will be effective. The main risks involved with this attack are taking the tunnel, which can sometimes be difficult. That's why we have two guys going in straight away. If one guy gets us, the other guy will be taken down by our second. And the other risk is if you're not doing this fast, you're going to get flanked from behind and the attack's just going to fall apart. So it has to be fast. You have to all know what you're doing. When you do, it's pretty effective and it's definitely worth trying.